Hello everyone and welcome to Mimic Minis. Today I'm going to show you how I created this custom Techmarine and take you through the process step by step. So stick around. There's a piece of 40k artwork that always intrigued me. This official GW Techmarine illustration is beautiful and it has a specific feature that I've never seen anywhere else, much less in any miniature. This piece right here. It looks like a multi-tool power fist and it has inspired me to create my own Techmarine. So, as I've shown you before, the process I use to start and brainwash an idea is to create a mockup in Photoshop with different pictures of miniatures that I'll be using. For this project, the main miniatures I used were a Black Templar's Castellan, a Primaris Techmarine, and a Chaos Warpsmith. So what I did was turn the head to his left, add the Techmarine backpack and left arm, and then finally attach the Chaos Space Marine right arm and shoulder pad. These simple changes were enough to give me the silhouette I was aiming for. And here's a sketch of the final result of the build. So, after observing the different sprue pieces and comparing their dimensions, I started by preparing the main body. I decided to swap out the original fit and go for something more akin to the classical Techmarine design. I also began by cutting off the right shoulder pad and removing the Black Templar symbol on his belt so I could replace it with a Mechanicus icon instead. It was now time to start working on the backpack. I began by cutting out certain parts of the Primaris one so I could fit it together with the Chaos backpack, which I also trimmed to make everything align properly. And here's how it looks so far. I'll be adding a piece on top to cover the joints and clean up any rough spots or mistakes. Now it's time for the Power Fist. I had both the Coldark Power Fist and an old Space Wolves one, so I combined the two to create my own. To do that, I had to cut and sand parts of the Coldark Fist so I could fit the other one inside it. I then began carving out a few holes in the arms so I could attach the Mechandentrine pieces securely. A small detail that really brings out the Techmarine feel. Looking good so far. I also went ahead and attached a few more grabbing tools to the Power Fist, along with some drills and extra gear. Yeah, I think it's really starting to look cool. I also took this moment to start filling in some gaps around the ankles using leftover green stuff I had on hand. I wanted to give him some proper Techmarine shoulder pads, and since I had a leftover Iron Hands pad, I thought it would look cool. So I stripped off the icon, sanded it down, and by the end of it I had a clean, chunky Techmarine left shoulder pad. I found this piece from the Orc Knobs kit and realized it fits perfectly as a Techmarine style armored tabard. Now I just glued the shoulder pad on and yeah, looking good. I started working on the ankle gaps again, this time using Milliput to get a nice smooth texture. During the process I tried to replicate some of the shapes I had previously lost and make everything look seamless. Now I'll show you what I did to the axe hammer thingy. I actually lost some of the footage, but I'll make a doodle to explain what I did. So I used this main chaos piece here, but with a hammer version that comes with the kit. Then I added this hex bit from Pharos, which I had lying around from a very old, very bad and very ugly conversion that you'll never see, ever. And yeah, it looks different from the standard Techmarines, which is exactly what I wanted. Then I just glued some tubes between the arm and the power fist. After that, I started working on the right shoulder pad. The regular Primaris Marine shoulder pad looked too small compared to the Chaos one, and honestly, the Chaos pad has some really cool textures. Plus, once it's painted, the icon will look pretty much the same. So I decided to de-chaosify it by trimming down the spiky rims. Next, I shifted my attention to the various mechadentrines I wanted to add. I started with the one that comes with the Primaris Techmarine. I glued it beneath the shoulder pad, which gave the model a cool look and also conveniently covered up a few problem areas. Then I glued the right servo arm in a pose that mimics him lifting his arm, making a striking pose. After that I replaced the tip of the Chaos Mechadrentin with a more neutral looking one. I'll keep adding new end tips to the Mechadrentins until I've replaced every single one attached to the backpack. I started drilling a hole in the backpack to fit a new mechanotrit with a custom tip. I also wanted a different servo arm, something different that no other Techmarine has. I was inspired by the old Forge World Astral Claws Techmarine, the one with the massive drill on his back. So I decided to create something similar for mine. I used a drill bit from the Age of Sigmar gun hauler and attached it to the leftover servo arm I had lying around. I also used the cockskull that came from the Chaos Space Marine knee and glued it onto the backpack. This gave me a cool detail that also helped cover up some imperfections. Then I glued on the final Mechadentrine. This one's from Belisarius' skull. Yeah, I know, I really do have a lot of bits lying around. I attached it just below the right shoulder pad, and honestly, I think it looks perfect. I then started filling some gaps and holes with milliput, as well as refining some areas I thought needed fixing, like the right foot for example. I tried to preserve the original shapes and clearly define the transition between the leg armor and the foot. Another thing I needed to do was find a piece that would fit inside the backpack. I chose this one, and after fitting it in place, I applied milliput all around it to create a strong secure bond. Lastly, the final step was to shave down some excess volumes and sand a few areas smooth. Now all that's left is to show you the final reveal shots of the piece. I hope you enjoy it. I want to take this opportunity to announce that I've created a Patreon page. So if you enjoy my work and want to support what I do, now you can. I have so many more things I'd love to share with you all, not just miniatures, but also terrain builds and more. So yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you all in the next one. This is Mimic Minis and thank you all for watching.